Still a couple of minutes early. So I'm just going to do a little bit of sound check, adjust my equipment a little bit. But if there's any of you who's already inside, let me know how is my sound. If you're able to hear me, let me know by typing in good or type in all good. All right. So I see you, Lynn, Eric, Johan. Yeah. Some of you guys, Carissa, Shad, Steven. Yeah. Hi. Okay. So we are doing a bit of sound check right now. If you guys are logging in or you guys have logged in and you see me online, say hi. Right. Say hi. Go over to the chat. Over to your right, you'll be able to see it. Or for some of you guys left, if you guys are able to see me, type in all good. So continue to shout out to the people. I see Eric, Olivia, Jason, Ross, Kingsley. If I miss out any of your names or if the names are going through too fast, I apologize, but I just want to give a shout out to you still. And I appreciate you guys coming in and joining me in the master class. So we are about to start in about 1 minute's time. We are still allowing the people to stream in. And if you have just come in, I see a lot of highs right now. Yeah. If you're just streamed in and you're able to hear me and see me, let me know by typing in all good into the chat. All right. So right now it is a very crazy period with a new president in the United States and with all the tariffs and all the interesting things that's happening in the market. Some people like it, some people don't. I personally really like it because every time there is confusion and volatility, I personally think that there's a lot of opportunity as well. And beyond what's happening in the market, I am in a very exciting field, I would say, cryptocurrency. It is the newest asset class that is gaining traction mainstream. So today, that is the thing that I want to talk about. All right. So we're going to start right now. I want to stay punctual. So a quick introduction, guys. My name is Chris and welcome to Cryptocurrency Masterclass. If you are ready to go, let me know by typing in all good. All right. So if you guys have typed it already, but I want you guys to type it again if you can. So to put a little bit of context about what we are going to do today, we're going to have a masterclass on what is cryptocurrency, what's all the potential behind it. And, you know, I'm just curious to know, those of you guys here, are you here to find out about the technology side, or are you more like investors wanting to know how to make money? So if you are interested in the tech side, please type in tech, TECH. Or, you know, if you are basically an investor or a trader, you want to know how to make money, type in make money. So today I would say that I'm very geared towards investors, traders, about the returns and portfolio growth side of things. But we also talk a little bit about technology. I'm happy to answer some questions, etc. In regards to technology later on. So what's going to happen is that I'm going to go through my class. I'm going to teach you guys the different things from the experience I've had. And I'm not going to take any questions during the course of the class itself. But at the end of class, right, I'm going to open it up. If you guys have some questions or things you want me to clarify, you guys will be able to do it. All right. So welcome once again. And right now I'm going to share my screen. Yeah, you guys should be able to see my slides. It says Crypto Masterclass 101. Okay, if you're able to see my slides, please type in yes into the chat. All right, type in yes into the chat so that I know the screen share is okay. Yeah, so with that, let me begin with a quick introduction. My name is Chris, and I am an investment banker by profession, right? That was my professional career. I'm certified by the Institute of Banking and Finance in Singapore. I was doing something called DCM, or the debt capital markets. So what I actually do is I go to companies like CapitaLand, like SIA, like UOB, and I help them tap into the fixed income market. So I have them structure what is called a bond, and they're able to raise money from that. So in terms of bond issuance size, I've done more than $1 billion in terms of bond. In my education, I graduated with a Master's of Science in Applied Finance from the Singapore Management University. So I was very fortunate to have been a scholar then. I've got this scholarship called the Columbia Threadneedle Investment Award, and I've got my ACTA as well. So if you Google me, and if you Google Columbia Threadneedle Investment Award, you'll be able to find articles about me winning an award. So this is given to the top student for 2 cohorts. So myself and the cohort before me, we had to kind of enter into like a competition and write a thesis on investment. If you win, you basically win the scholarship. So I was fortunate to have won that in 2015. Over here to the right, give a little bit of a background about the bonds that my team and I have helped issue. So we have helped stat boards like HDB. We have issued $500 million for them. There was a 10-year fixed rate bond, and we have helped UOB issue the first ever euro covered bond done out of Asia, and that was a 5-year, $500 million euro bond. So we were JLM and book runner for both of this. Yeah. So you guys familiar with this place? I thought I want to show you guys a picture. I'm not sure if you guys are mostly Singaporeans or overseas, but if you are Singaporean, you guys will be able to see this. All right. So if you recognize this place, can you type in the location? Yeah, Desmond Ho, I see you. Right, so don't worry, I am right here, alive. Yeah, so if you are, anyway, for those of you who recognize this place, can you let me know by typing it in? Yeah, good, great. So some of you recognize that this is actually Raffles Lah. So I used to work in this building right here, DCM in this building. To give you a bit of background of how I started the crypto journey is that when I was working in investment banking, it's a really great career. You know, you get to really do cool stuff like issue bonds, speak to really high level treasury managers, even CEOs. And it is, investment banking is kind of like the place that every finance student wants to go to. It is the #1 place. And the reason is because you get paid well. Even as a starting salary, you will get 8,000. Some people get 12,000 if they work in a bulge bracket. So I was really, I guess, riding at the peak of my postgraduate career. However, even though it was a great job, I was pulling really crazy hours. I was working from 8 a.m. All the way to 2 to 3 a.m. every single day, including Saturdays and Sundays. So after a while, I looked at my bosses. I looked at my boss's boss, and I realized that even at their 40s, right, they're still working till 12 a.m. and 1 a.m. And I asked myself, is this really the career that I wanted? Because I had a great job, but I was selling my time basically and stuck in the office while my family and friends are moving on with their lives. And at some point, I just felt trapped, right? I felt very trapped in terms of where I was in my life. I am just running a rat race, being stuck to a job and working nonstop. And I don't know about you guys, any of you feel that way, that you may be stuck and working your ass off and just kind of like selling your time and selling your life for money. And it wasn't a good feeling for me. So essentially what happened is that I decided that is not how I want to live my life, especially when I hit 40. I want to be able to spend time with my family. If I have kids and if I get married, I want to be able to, enjoy the married life and enjoy my children and be a father to them. So I started to think and strategize about how to get out of this rat race cycle. And I started to look towards investment. So because I was an investment banker and I'm really interested in technology, I started to look at tech companies, things like Tesla, during those time, all this like frontier kind of technology. And that was where I first stumbled upon Bitcoin back in 2016. So in 2016, hardly anyone know about Bitcoin. There was not many videos or resources online. So I actually had to read their research paper. And after reading it and having done my due diligence, I thought, all right, this is something that, looks like it potentially is going to be a structural change in the world. So I invested in Bitcoin in 2016. When I started or when I purchased it, it is about $690 per Bitcoin, right? So $690, I bought, it's such a long time ago. I can't remember how much I put in. I think the first round was about 8K. So I should have gotten about 10 Bitcoin during that time for $8,000. And in 2025, right, the price actually went up all the way to 88,500. So over the course of 9 years, seems like a long time, but time flies really fast. My investment actually went up by 128x. So the initial 8,000 that I put in today is worth about 1.02 million. So I was very fortunate that I managed to go in. I guess you could say I have achieved my goal, financial freedom, and today Bitcoin and Ethereum, which is the main bulk of my portfolio, is quite substantial compared to when I first started. So why am I here? And like what benefit it is for you guys to be here. So I think what I want to do is I want to share a little bit about how my 9 years of investment journey is like, some of the strategies that I've learned along the way. I want to share with you guys this world of crypto that even now, even though it's been around for almost a decade, it is still so new and so fresh and so unknown to a vast majority of people. But I also want to show you what it means to be able to make the right choices in crypto, especially to make the right choices in crypto investing. So some of the examples and things that I've tried to achieve, I've managed to do it before I hit my 40s. So naturally, I have family time from no kids to 2 kids, but always available. I'm able to travel around the world. I think this year I'm going to do 6 countries. The most recent exciting one that I really liked was to Iceland. So that's me in an ice cave. And we also raised, my company and I, Cryptoknight Academy, we have also done loads of charity work. And recently we raised 5 figures plus for a charity. Yeah. Now, ever since I've left investment banking, I actually started an academy called Cryptoknight Academy. This was actually established in 2017. So we have gone through 2 full cycles. And what I mean by a cycle is when price goes up and then when price crash. All right. So maybe I can draw it out. So if you guys are just curious, are you guys investors or traders already? Can you type in a yes or a no into the chat? Yeah, if you guys are investors, you have some stocks, or you guys are traders, can you type in yes? If you are brand new, fresh, type in no. But let me draw you, this is basically the price of crypto. And in different seasons, if you guys follow the price, it goes up, and different seasons, it goes down. All right. So when I say cycle, I mean a cycle where the price goes up, and then on top, goes down, and then plateau. So this entire process is called a cycle. And why this is important is because sometimes people only go through half a cycle. They only see the exciting part. They don't see the scary, everything is crashing part. Then sometimes they only see the crashing part. They don't see the exciting parabolic part. So for us as Academy, we have actually gone through 2 cycles. I think we're about to go through 3, right? 2017 and 2022. 2017 and 2020, these 2 cycles have been completed. 2025, I think it's going to be the completion of our 3rd cycle. So the Academy, as well as the people within the Academy, the trainers, I would say that we are very experienced, very familiar with the crypto space, and we are the longest, most established cryptocurrency academy in Southeast Asia. So when I started, a lot of people joined. I think I had 15 competitors in 2017. When the markets crashed, they all left and didn't come back. 2020, when the second bull market started, I think I had 5 or 6 bigger competitors that joined us. Then they left. And then after that, recently, we maybe have about 1 or 2. But we have been here for our students, whether it is good times or bad times. So we have shared about cryptocurrency to more than 40,000 students over 150 sessions. On top of this masterclass, we have more advanced things that we teach about. like crypto options. We pioneered that in 2019. DeFi and yield farming, pioneered that in 2020. We introduced NFTs in 2021. And right now, we have created a new module called airdrop hunting. Soon, we're going to have AI as well as Cyber farming in our syllabus as well. So that's a bit of introduction about Cryptoknight Academy. Thank you so much for paying attention and listening to me introduce my academy. I see that some of you guys have actually replied yes and no in terms of the investment question. So what I would actually like to do right now is that you have a QR code in front of you. You can actually scan it. And when you scan it, right, you are able to follow us in our public page, right? So in terms of what it looks like, when you click, you'll be able to join this public group right here. Yeah, and you're able to see it. And over here, my trainers and I, they share various different things that are happening in crypto, various different techniques. For example, over here, Jian Cao, our options expert, is sharing about how you can use options to collect more crypto. And then if you scroll down, you'll see some pictures of the classes that we do, some events that we have curated and invited for our award winners. So some of these guys, they made 7 figures in crypto. We celebrate their success and invited them to a yacht. And I think one of the very important things that you might want to be able to look into are things like this, right? Some data that you can use to see how and when are good times to enter and exit the market, or what different techniques there are. So this is free for you to join. Just scan the code, and then my ops team, right, would help onboard you guys once your invitation is sent. Please don't share this QR code around, okay? It's just for you guys who have attended the masterclass. All right. So feel free to join us. Now let's get started. Let's continue. Ever since I've started the academy, yeah, we have been featured on various news outlets. So I've been to conferences, 200-300 people. We've been on some newspapers, and we have done online sessions as well. The biggest was up to about 1,000 attendees, invited to radio shows to talk about investment in crypto. I was interviewed by Channel A as well. So these are some of the media appearances that we have lah. So today, what I really want to dive into is 3 strategies to become a crypto millionaire. So I'm going to get you guys to type in the word strategy. All right. So I'm going to type it with you as well. Let me stop my share, and I'll get you guys to type in strategy. All right. So type that in. Now, from time to time, right, I will get you guys to type certain stuff. And the reason why I want you to type certain things, right, is because those are the things that I want to drill into your mind. Those are the things that I want to make sure you remember. So I've done this for, I think, close to a decade. In 2 more years, it'll be a decade. And what I've discovered is that when people type and write things down, they remember better. So today, you have come here to join me. I don't want you to waste your time. In fact, I don't want you to waste my time, because I'm actually taking an hour to teach you guys as well. So I want to make sure that you guys are able to really learn and remember stuff. Can you all type in the word strategy into the group chat? Yeah, cool. Yeah, Edwin, Chan Yong, Agnes, Grace, Ellen, and many others. I see you guys typing. Okay, those of you who have not typed, let me invite you to type in and remember as well. So I'm going to go through 3 today. And these 3 strategies, right, you don't have to be a computer geek. You don't have to be a finance expert. It's going to be simple, practical, and profitable. All right. So why should we listen to your strategies, Chris? It's a very common question. How do I know you already have money, you already succeed in crypto? Another common question. So this is my portfolio journey. All right. I'll share with you the ups and downs. I started in 2016 with $8,000. And it was the first bull run. By 2017, 8,000 became 150K. I was a young guy. I felt top of the world. I thought I was Cai Shen Ye and a super genius. But the markets have a way to keep you humble. And this is what I tell every student that comes in, is that you must always be humble, and you must always come with attitude that I want to learn, an attitude that I may not know everything. There may be something here that's beneficial to me. So the market has humbled me, even though I turned 8K to 150K, because it crashed. And during this time, right, I realized that I had only the ability to buy in and spot great opportunities, but I didn't have the ability to exit safely. So I learned my lesson and I designed a profit-taking system by 2017. I continued investing to main cryptos and new altcoins. 4 years later, my portfolio actually grew by 70x. And that was the first time I hit a millionaire status. Yeah, thanks, Vincent. I saw you. How to secure a profit. Is it very important? Is it legal? Yes, it's very legal and it's very important to learn how to do it. Then the third stage, right? I already created my profit-taking systems in place. So I executed it. Yeah, having a system or having a theory is not enough. You must take action. You must take action on your systems. You must take action on what you learn. So I took action and I took profits during the 2021 to 2022 bull market. So this allowed my portfolio to be hedged from 70x. It went to 30 to 40x. I mean, I don't mind sharing my peak. I had about 7. Then after that, the market crashed. It dropped to about 3. But I have cash on hand because I took profit already, right? So using this system, I repeated and I started to accumulate and buy when the markets crash with all the profits that I already taken. So by 2024, which was about 2 years later, I hit my 8 figures for the first time. So this is where I am now. What I'm going to teach you, right, is actually the 3 strategies actually very useful for you if you are still in this stage. Okay. If you guys here, any of you here, you are already a cryptocurrency multimillionaire, obviously you don't need an introduction class lah. But the 3 strategies that I teach is very useful for people who are starting out, and it's very useful for people who have maybe dabbled into crypto, but you haven't kind of found the success that you desire. Okay, so these 3 will help you. And very often when I talk about cryptocurrency investing, right, I like to remind everyone that in crypto investing, you need to have a very dynamic approach to crypto. Meaning to say, in the past, right, when I started, people always say, hey, what's the intrinsic value of Bitcoin? What's the discounted cash flow? How come this Bitcoin is worth a lot? So I think that's the wrong framework to look at crypto. Crypto isn't a company. You should see it as a digital asset or a digital goal for Bitcoin. And for all the different altcoins out there, right, you have to look at it as what we call on-chain economies. So the traditional way of valuing a company does not work in the world of cryptocurrency. You need to have a very dynamic approach to it. And like I said, you need to be a forever student in the space, right? Sometimes you need to adjust certain theses you have. You need to adjust certain approach. And this flexibility, or what I call this dynamic approach, is what is required for you to learn and do well in crypto lah. All right. So with that, can I get you guys to type in the word dynamic? Okay. DYNAMIC. Type dynamic into the chat. Right. Okay. Type it in. Yeah. I like to get you guys to take action so that y'all can remember stuff. Okay. So with that, let's go into strategy number 1. So the first strategy that everyone needs to have is basically a system. And I call it the crypto millionaire system. So there's a famous market wizard trader called Jack Schwarzer. He says, what exactly is your methodology? If you are not able to answer this question, then you're not ready to be risking money in the markets. So yeah, crypto's full of potential, Bitcoin is full of potential. But do you have a system on how you want to approach crypto investing? Do you have a system on how to go in, a system or methodology on how to get out? That's the first thing that you need. And that's the first thing that I want to highlight. You must have a systematic method for entry and exit. So why is this important? It's because in crypto, it is not like your traditional stocks, right? Traditional stocks, people move 5% and they think, wow, the market is crashing. But in crypto, it can crash by double digits, 39% in a day. And it can also, on the same day, another crypto can go up by 31, 32%. So it is very volatile. If you do not have a system to ground you, your emotions are going to be all over the place and you're probably going to make a ton of mistakes. So today, I want to teach you guys one of the tactics or one of the techniques I have that helps undergird my system. All right. So how many of you feel like you want to learn a tactic or a way to see whether or not crypto is or Bitcoin is undervalued or overvalued? That means you have a tactic or indicator that tells you, oh, is this a good time to buy or is it a good time to sell? If you guys would like to hear about it, can you type in me into the chat? All right. So today I want to share with you one of these indicators that I use that as a long-term investor, I find very, very helpful. If you want to learn this as well, let me see you guys type in me into the chat. Yeah, Jason, Winnie. Okay, very, very good. How about the rest of you guys? I see about 100 of y'all here. So I want to see how many of you guys want to learn what is this indicator and tactic that I use. Okay, very good. So the one of the indicators that I use, right, to actually as a long-term investor to find what are great values and great price to buy into Bitcoin is something called the 200 WMA. Okay, 200 WMA. I'll type that in as well. Can I invite you guys to also type it in? 200 WMA. Type it twice if you want to really remember. So this tool, right, is actually used by long-term Bitcoin investors to monitor monthly color changes. When you look at it, right, and you see orange and red dots, it indicates that the market is overheated and it is probably a good time to sell. If the dots are close to this 200 WMA, the dots tend to be purple and it typically, historically signals a good time to buy. So this heat map is actually very useful for predicting and fetching Bitcoin price and identify good value based on historical basis. And Bitcoin has actually spent very little time in the last 10 years below the 200 WMA. So I have it right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to type it into the link as well. You guys can save it. You all don't particularly have to click on it at the moment, but what I want to do is I want to show you on my screen itself. Yeah, are you able to see the screen? Let me know by typing yes or no, okay? So this purple color line right here, this is the 200 WMA itself. Then this gray line right here is the actual price of Bitcoin. So as you can see, when the dots are purple and blue, right, very near the 200 WMA. Okay, so the theory is that when the price is near 200 WMA, is a good time to buy. Let's look at this historically. Over here, Bitcoin touched the 200 WMA in April 2015. It was $200. Let's say you purchase here. Let's say you put in $223 to buy one Bitcoin. Okay. Let's look at what this price is 2 years later. Remember, I'm a long-term investor, right? So 2 years later, 2017, let's look at it. April 2017 is here, right? Around here lah. Okay, April 2017. So the price is 1346. When you bought it, it is 230. Then 2 years later, it is 1346. This means that if you put $1,000, right, when the 200 WMA line was touched, your $1,000 in 2 years will become 5,000. Let's say you put in 10,000, in 2 years, it will become 50,000. All right, maybe it's a fluke. So let's try it again. Let's say here, all right, in February, right, it's very near, it touched the line again. If you want something that's very near, it's about here, about 3,300. Okay, so if you put in 3,300, you bought 1 Bitcoin in 2019. Let's look at February 2021. Okay, February 2021 is over here. It is 45,000. Over here, 3,000 to 40 over 1,000. So once again, it has gone up by about 10, 11, 12, 13, 14x. So you put in 10,000 here, it will be worth about 140K here. So once again, over here, this was in November. And I remember during this time, I was actually telling, a lot of people were very worried because the markets crashed. I was actually telling a lot of the people who joined the masterclass to tell them that, hey, you know, 200 WMA is below. This entire region is a really good time to accumulate Bitcoin, right? 20K, it went all the way down to 15, and then it went, even if it went up again, it's still 20 over 1,000. So 2 years later, February 2025, from 15K, it went up to about 90K. So it's about 246, about 6x again. So you put in 10,000, here is about 60K, right? So right now it's above, right? And it's not near the 200 WMA. Is that okay? You know, is it okay? And the answer is no choice lah. You cannot control the market. If it's above, it's above. But is it still considered a value at this moment? Yes or no? Right? If it's above, okay, let me show you guys. If the gray line is very far from the purple line, is it good to buy? Yes or no? If the gray line is very far from the purple line, is it good to buy? Yes or no? Okay, so you type it in. All right. Yeah. Hello, are you there? Yeah, just want to make sure that you guys are able to follow me so far, okay? Okay, great. Okay, I see you guys, Stephen, Lawrence, Denise, Kingsley. So it's not so good lah, right? It's not so good when it's far. From a value perspective, historically, it's not so good. Now, let me ask you another question, okay? So let's say we look at it here. Okay, March 2020, the 200 WMA is 5,486, and the gray line, the actual price of Bitcoin is 4,959. Do you buy or do you sell Bitcoin at this point? Do you buy or do you sell? Buy or sell? Type it in. Okay. So I want to just make sure that this chart is easy enough for every one of you to use and to understand. So I'm just testing you guys a little bit. All right. Yeah, I see you guys coming in. Okay, just try lah, right? Don't need to worry about is the right or wrong. Just listen to what you learn and then you try. My goal is not for you guys to be perfect students today. My goal is for you to learn something when you go back home, right? Okay, very good, right? Ross, Jason, Faye, Grace, yeah, a lot of you guys say buy, and the answer is yes, right? If you bought it at 5,000, 2022, right, it would be 10x. Yeah, 1,000%. Okay, so this is something that I use, 200 WMA, and it helps me identify value buys for Bitcoin on a longer term horizon lah. So I personally find this really, really useful. But I just want to ask you guys listening as well, was it as useful to you? If it is useful, I find it useful, type in the word useful into the chat. Okay, so this is one of the indicators or the matrix that I use. There are others that today, unfortunately, I don't have time to dive into. That I have about 3 to 4 that I share with people who actually become part of my graduate community. But for those of you here in this masterclass, I would like to share with you one more. It's called the Z score. You guys can go back to research about it. So basically, to keep it simple without explaining too much, you guys can read. The Z score is positive, or rather it is positive to buy every time the purple line enters into the green line. And it's good to sell every time the orange line, sorry, did I say purple? I meant orange, enters into the red line. Okay, so there was a period in 2022 where I was a lot more active on social media. Nowadays, I'm not so active, but I was very active, and everyone was very worried about the markets. But I remember very clearly going on different podcasts or sessions with different people, and I said I am fairly confident that November 2022 is the bottom. The reason why I'm confident is because 200 WMA shows that it has gone below the line. And this Z-score as well has entered negative 0.35. It is deep inside the green. So as expected, Bitcoin went on a tear, right? Since November 2022 till now, it has gone up by 220%. Actually, it's actually a lot higher now. I just haven't updated the chart. But I think I just wanted to show you a 2-year example of how using matrix can really help you enter markets, not at the bottom specifically, but towards the bottom of the range. And in doing so, you guys are able to see really good returns over a short or midterm period. Okay, so yeah, 35K lah in November till 75K is really, really good lah. So that's what keeps me excited actually. Because when I look at crypto and I look back the last decade, it was the easiest investment decision that a person could have made. All I had to do was to hold my Bitcoin and crypto to profit. And what I like to do is I like to compare, right? There are many ways to make money. So one of the most standard ways is actually to do S&P. So if you held S&P over the last 7 years, let's say you started with $35,000, a modest sum, and on an average, it gains about 10% a year. You will have grown it to 68K. Not bad, but come on, 68,000 today, you can't retire on it. If you compare it to Bitcoin, right, over the same period of time that it takes to double your investment, so you put in 35K to 70K, Bitcoin actually went up by 11x. So 35K actually become $385 or $383,000. So for me, this keeps me excited. Is it risk? Is there risk involved in crypto? Yes. But that's kind of life. You do need to take some risk if you want to achieve or results that are not ordinary. If your results ordinary, just buy S&P. But if you want something extraordinary, you take a little risk, you know what you're doing, you go into crypto, it just gives you a much higher return compared to your traditional investments. So what I've done a lot in the last 6 to 7 years, is that I have done a lot of dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin and crypto, and it has done pretty well for me. However, there is actually something that is even more exciting than simple dollar cost averaging. Now, remember just now I shared with you guys the word static, and then there's another word besides static. I got you guys to type. So now I'm testing you to see whether or not you remember the things I teach. There is static, and the other word is, if you remember, type it in the chat. Okay, I'll give you a hint. To succeed in crypto, you cannot be static. You must be D. Let me see if you guys remember. Oh, very good. Lawrence, yeah, Kubudin, Ken, Eric, Violet, Kingsley. Very, very, very good. Okay, those of you who didn't have the answer, you don't remember, I want you all to type in the word dynamic right now. Okay, dynamic, because I want you to remember. So after many years of being in the markets, and of course after teaching a lot of people how to do well in crypto, my team and I used the data and we thought, okay, is there a way to enhance a method that's already tried and tested? And we actually developed our in-house deep dollar cost averaging. Oh, this is not changed. I actually changed the name recently. Deep doesn't sound great. So I want to call it dynamic dollar cost averaging. So what this does is that we actually have an algorithm, like an artificial intelligence AI algorithm that tracks the movement in crypto. So every time there's a certain level of dip, and every time there are 4 to 5 metrics that I hit, this actually shoots out a signal. And we call it the dynamic DCA method. So we did a back test, right, for 1 year, April 24 to April 25. And if you did a monthly DCA on the first of the month, even in just 1 year, you have done very, very well. You would have gained 58%. So if you put 1,000 every month for the last, from April 2024 to April 2025, you would have made 18,917. However, if you did dynamic DCA, right? I know it's still the old words. I'm going to change it later. Okay, dynamic DCA, DDCA. With the very same amount, right, you would actually have gotten a 65% increase. Now, it seems not a lot in 1 year, but I can assure you that you do this over 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, this compounding number, right, actually adds up a lot. So that's what we do here in the academy. We essentially try to enhance our methods when it comes to investing in crypto. Here are some examples. If you did DDCA, dynamic DCA, since July 2017, starting capital 35,000, your total amount by 2024 would have been 300K. Decent. I mean, actually very good. So one of our students did exactly this. She started in July 2017. She's one of my early batch of students, and she put in just 35,000 of her savings. By 2024, it hit 300K, and she actually sold one Bitcoin, just one of the many that she had, and she upgraded her car to a Tesla. So over here, you can see she shared with everyone about the milestone. And this is one of the various stories that we have had from our students over the years. Yeah. So there's a picture. I cover a face for privacy. So for those of you who are thinking, how do I get started? It seems overwhelming. Crypto seems like such a different game. I just want to encourage you to say that, just get started, learn what you can, follow the systems of entry and exit, and you should be able to do very, very well in this space. Even if you don't want to add anything that's high risk, just doing DDCA can greatly enhance your returns. Okay, so that's system number 1. That is the first and the baseline approach to crypto. Now, number 2, right? Maybe you think 30, 40, 50, 60% in a year is not exciting enough for you. Well, the good news is there is another strategy you can utilize in crypto, and we call this the VC unicorn strategy. So there's a very famous saying that says, if you're ever having a bad day, just remember in 1976, Ronald Wayne sold 10% of his stake in Apple for $2,300. Today, it is worth $290 billion. How did 2,300 become 290 billion? And answer is simple. This was a unicorn, right? This was a unicorn. So if you want to be able to get such extraordinary returns, you must be able to invest in startups. You must be able to invest like a venture capitalist. You must be able to have access to unicorns. Let's face it though, in the world today, how many of us can actually invest in a startup or know where to buy a startup? Or even if we find a startup, very often the usual raise they will do 50K to 100K. As a startup investor, are you going to put in 50K to 100K into this brand new company? It's difficult, right? So ordinary retail investors don't have such opportunities. Who is able to buy this kind of unicorn? Who do you guys think are able to buy? The big funds lah. The rich guys, the governments, GIC, all these various different funds with rich fund managers, they are the ones who have access to such opportunities. And I used to think, is it fair? Is it fair that the guy on the street who don't have $100,000 to buy, is it fair to them that they cannot invest into this? And I think the answer is not exactly the fairest at times. But they say technology is the great equalizer. So what has happened in crypto is that there has been this thing called altcoins that has come up. So altcoins, okay, can I get you guys to type in altcoins? Let me type it here. Okay, altcoins. Okay, I want y'all to remember this. Okay, type in ALTCOINS. Okay, altcoins. Right, so I'll wait for you because I think that this is something I want you to remember. Yeah, type that in, please, guys. Altcoins. ALTCOINS. Okay, so altcoins are basically new cryptocurrency coins that have come up. And why altcoins are very important is because in 1 year, right, something like Bitcoin can go up maybe 40%, which is actually a lot. But altcoins such as Solana, in 1 year can actually go up from $20 to $150, which is a 650% increase. It means that if you put in 10K here, right, within 1 year, this will become 65K. Very, very significant. Yeah. And this kind of startup altcoin investing in the past was not available to retail investors. But today, with cryptocurrency and blockchain technology, retail investors start to have access to such opportunities. So they just need to learn how to navigate the crypto space. They will be able to, execute this VC unicorn strategy as well. So here's an example. CJ is one of our students, and one of those guys who always wanted to invest into altcoins and invest into startups, but he never really knew how to go about it. So he joined our bootcamp, and after that he joined our mentorship, and he invested in Solana when it was $56. He put in 5,600. When it pumped up to $170, he followed our profit-taking system, which we shared with him step by step, and he took out his capital. Then the remainder, 10K, he just left it there for a moonshot. So this is some examples about how you can actually utilize the VC unicorn strategy to get multi-bagger returns. Now, even though it sounds so exciting and so fun, how many of you think that the VC unicorn strategy is a sure win? If you think it's a sure win, type in yes. If you think it is not a sure win, type in real, REAL. Okay. Do you want the real reality, or you just want like the nice stories about it? How many think altcoins are showing? Yeah, no lah, right? You want to hear about the realness of it. So the realness of altcoins, right, that I want to teach you guys and share you guys is that what goes up fast naturally can come down very, very quickly as well. So you do need to remember that. And second, right, in today's time, even though you have access to altcoins, the minus about it is that anyone can also create an altcoin, and that there's just too many altcoins to choose from. How many altcoins are there? More than 10,000. It is impossible for you to be able to do the VC unicorn strategy if you don't have a way to shortlist altcoins. So a lot of altcoins are losers. For example, ICP that was launched. If you bought this coin when it launched, in 1 year, you will have lost 95%. And there are many, many examples. BLES, BS1, DEXTF. In 1 year, they all lost more than 90%. So in the VC unicorn strategy, you must be able to know how to shortlist your altcoins. You must know what to look out for. You must maximize your chance to find the one winner or the one multi-bagger that would change your financial situation. Even beloved blue chips can crash. So there was this coin called Luna, which just totally crashed. It was the darling and it went up to $120. But you can see over here, it just totally crashed by 80-90%. And it was a very beloved company. With that though, why then do we want to go into altcoins? It seems really risky and really dangerous. And it is true, there are certain levels of risk that you undertake. But all you need to have, right, in this space or in this VC strategy, you actually really just need to have one solid winner. And we have seen this happen again and again in our students and the different people in crypto space. So I just want to share with you a story, right? You guys know that I've been through my bull markets and bear markets. So actually, the first bear market was one of the toughest. It lasts about 3-4 years. It was quite long for me. But I basically didn't give up. Over the years, during that time, I learned how to look out for altcoins that I like, what are some of the things that I look out for, create a checklist, and I think, okay, these are the things that I like. And if any altcoins have all these things, I will put some money in it. So I came across Torchain, right? And that was in 2020. And this was my major breakthrough, right? I put in a bit I actually put in about 500 every month, 1,000, just buy over a period of a year. I put in a total of 10K by April 2020. Then the bull run hit. Within 1 year, it went up by 139x. I'm not even joking. 139x over the period of 1 year. My modest 10K investment actually became 1.39 million. And this is something that totally transformed my cryptocurrency portfolio and my financial situation. Because once you hit a certain size in your portfolio, things become easier, right? Someone with 10,000 and someone with 1 million, life gets exponentially easier. So the reason why I say strategy number 2 is the unicorn VC strategy is because when you're in this space long enough, you get a sensing about what are some altcoins that are gaining a lot of traction, that are really good. And you don't even need to buy all of them. You just need to have one solid runner, like Torchain for me, go up 139x, and it will totally transform your portfolio. In extension, it totally transforms your life and give you a great boost to the next tier of, I guess, class. Should I say class? Maybe the next tier of financial security. Yeah. So that's altcoins. Another altcoin that has done very well in the recent cycle is a coin called Pendle. Pendle was actually one of the coins that I shared to the graduates in the inner circle. We actually have a whole PDF article talking about it. So when I shared it, it was about 3.5 cents. Today, it is $3.34. So it has gone up by 9,542%. So same thing, if you had 90K here, if you had 10K that you invested when this was first mentioned, today you'll be worth 954K. Very, very significant. Yeah, so quite a few of our students actually got this as well. Very thankful for that. And this is an example of what it means to utilize the crypto VC strategy. Yeah. So more recently, we talked about this particular coin called eVista. It has gone up and gone down, but student Shannon actually took action when we mentioned about it. And in 1 month, right, it went up by 6x. So she put in about 2005. It became 14,900. She took profits, and that was her first big win in crypto. Yeah. Now, at this point, you might be thinking, oh, Chris, you tell me so many things, but can I really do it? I'm so old, or maybe I'm so young. I'm not very tech savvy. Can I really go into this crypto space? And I want to encourage you guys, especially those of you who are maybe 40s or 50s and you almost feel a little bit intimidated by this. All right. Just to share with you, I have maybe four students that are over the age of 75. And every one of them have come, they have learned how to invest in crypto, and they have successfully begun their crypto investing journey as well. So I think an older student, if I recall, he should be about 83 years old. And my younger student, right? So he managed to learn about it and come for the meetup, etc. And my youngest student is actually Sean. So he actually came with his dad. His dad bought him a ticket. The two of them came and learn together. So 16 years old, he had a bit of seed capital that his uncle gave, I think $1,000 or $2,000. And during the 2017 bull run, Sean actually managed to 60x. He turned $1,000 into 60K. Right now, he's in army. I think he's about to go into university already. But I think Sean is a great example to show that age doesn't really matter in the crypto space. You can be super young, you can be super old. Everybody have an equal opportunity of succeeding, right? So strategy number one, a millionaire system, the system of entering and exiting the crypto market and analyzing and spotting winning altcoins. Strategy number two is to train a winning crypto millionaire mindset. Now, what I mean by this, in crypto, right, it is very intensive. It is 3 times traditional markets, 3 times faster. Anything that moves in crypto is 24/7, and it's 3 times more intense as well. There's less regulation. There's access for you guys to do a lot of cool things like liquidity pool and market making, but that also means that it is 3 times more intensive and complicated. Once again, people like, people don't like. I personally like it because things like liquidity pools and market making are very profitable. And you can learn about it, but you will not be able to do it in traditional markets. In crypto, you can learn about it and you can execute it. Technology is the great equalizer. So I personally like it. I've made a lot of money in liquidity pools, and I think it's a great opportunity that's just waiting for people to use. Most of us know that the stock market gives us an average of 10% per year. This is quite standard. In the world of crypto, instead of 10% in 1 year, you can make 200% in 3 days. So just a few days ago, right, these are some of the screenshots of students who have done a coin that one of my trainers, Keith, actually talked about. So over here are some screenshots. They just bought it 18, and in just a couple of days, 3 days, Chriso managed to double from 1 cent. The price went to 2 cents. He exited his capital. Same thing, Xavier, Keith. I have a ton of screenshots, but I don't want to flood the PowerPoint. Xavier as well did 2x in 3 days, and Keith as well did his 87%. So the net amount over 2-3 days is $250 for Xavier, and Keith made almost $1,000. So crypto is not always about turning $1,000 into 100K. You guys know what I'm trying to say? Sometimes it can be about a shorter time frame as well. Maybe making $250 daily or making $1,000 in 3 days. There are many different approaches in crypto, many techniques and many strategies and many methods that you can use. But, these are traders as well. So that was Keith. And this is Jing Kai. He's a trader. He did a 10x leverage on people. Also got an 8x over a few days. But these are different examples I wanted to show because I wanted to share with you strategy number 2, which is in crypto, it is not difficult to earn money. It is not difficult to earn money. A lot of people can earn money, but they cannot keep the money. Yeah? How of you here in the chat, have you guys actually made money from a trade or an investment before, but after that you lost it? Yeah, if that is you, can you type in yes? Maybe you buy a investment and it went up, but you didn't take profit. Maybe you double down, you make some mistakes. So that investment or that trade that make you money, eventually you didn't keep it. Yeah, if you experienced that before, you can type in yes or you can type in me. Yeah, so yeah, it's okay. It's totally fine. But let me tell you what can help you a lot. It is really your mindset. You must train a winning mindset, that it is not just about making money. There's no point in making paper gains. You must have an attitude to keep the profits. So, guys, don't always believe everything here on social media. People can say they make 20% in 5 days, or this altcoin give me a 10x. But they never tell you things like I lost 30% on the previous trade, or my overall portfolio is down 30% from 1 year ago. Yeah. So there's a reason why I share with you my journey of ups and downs, because I want you guys to see the reality. I want you guys to see what's real, not just what's possible. Most of the time, when people enter the crypto space, they often say, I can do it myself. But there's actually a lot of dangers. There are things like phishing websites where they pretend to be legitimate, then they steal your money. There are also scammers who are just waiting to talk to you, message you, and scam your money, right? By the way, myself as well as my trainers will never drop you a private message to ask you for money or to ask you to join a platform, all right? So there's a lot of scammers who pretend to be me and my trainers. Just please be very, very careful. Like, these are some stories about how people went into crypto. They didn't get any mentorship. They didn't go for any class to learn. Someone tell them it's very exciting, can make money. They just put in the money. So they put in money, but cannot take out. So over here is a screenshot. Someone told me that their friend invested 100K with a promised 10K return, but now she cannot withdraw her money. Is it legitimate or a scam? Scam lah. Where got such so good thing? 100K, 10K return every day. Cannot be, right? So guys, when you come into crypto, please make sure that you learn from someone legitimate, or please make sure that you learn a system and techniques that are legitimate. You hear things that are real, not just empty promises or scammers. Okay? So here's another story. Actually, we had a student who came. They came for masterclass like yourself. And as with all master classes, at the end, if there are some of you who want to take it further and you want to go for a boot camp where you can learn more in-depth stuff, you can pay money and sign up lah. So anyway, we had this student who came, and initially she wanted to sign up, but then suddenly a scammer approached her and she said, hey, don't need to sign up for a $500 course lah. You just send me money and I will trade for you, and I'm able to give you much better returns. So after talking, right, she told us, I hold back now, I won't join your class lah, thanks. After that, this person actually called my operations, and she started to cry. So what she said is that there was a scammer that reached out to her on Facebook, and she believed the scammer, so she sent 100K over. And in the end, she cannot get it back, and she lost the 100,000. So please, guys, don't have this kind of mindset. Don't have this kind of easy method or shortcut method, or like free money, free profits kind of mindset. There is a lot of opportunity in crypto, yes, but you must still put in time, effort to learn. If you don't know where to get started, sign up for a course to learn how to do it lah. Better to pay 1,000 than to lose 100,000. Yeah. Now, in terms of mindset, there are 3 things that you need to have. The first is that you must have a learner's mindset. I mentioned this before. When you come to space, don't be arrogant. Don't think you know everything. Don't be. It's good to be skeptical and suspicious, but don't be overly skeptical and overly suspicious. Have some openness and tell yourself, I'm here to learn. So when you are open to learn, there's actually a lot of opportunities and methods that you can take advantage of. Second, right, is to tap into mentors with real expertise. Don't just find random people, especially random scammers on the internet and ask them, right? Make sure that the person you're learning from have been there, have done that, have had success. Finally, identify true cost and true reward, right? So some of you guys, I mean, I'm not trying to put anyone down, but I have had students who come to me and say that, oh, I'm low income. I only make $200 a month as a student, but I really want to learn from you, Chris. I want to go for your boot camp and learn how to invest in crypto. But I very honestly say that it doesn't make sense because you need earn $200 a month. You shouldn't be investing in crypto. The cost to reward doesn't make sense. Even though you want to sign up, is, like new student for my academy, I need to be truthful. I told these people that your number one priority is not to learn how to invest. Your number one priority, right, is to educate yourself in learning how to work and do a job well. So for example, if you're low income, go and learn stuff like how to be a plumber, how to be a gardener, or maybe, how to code. Make sure you get a job first. And once you have gotten your job, you have spare cash, you're ready to invest and grow your portfolio, then you come and learn. It's not too late. You must be able to understand that sometimes some cost is not for you. You're not ready. Then the opposite is also true. Sometimes people say, oh, I'm always not ready. I want to wait till next year. Trump got tariffs. The market's going to go down. Everything's uncertain. If you're always waiting, right, then your cost is not losing money. Your cost is missing out on a 2x, missing out on 100%, or missing out on a 200% when things stabilize. So you must be able to identify the true cost and true reward. And when the opportunity presents yourself, make sure that you take action. Yeah. Okay, guys, I know it's not fully crypto lah, but this is a life experience of an investor. So I don't know if you guys find that the mindset thing is useful or helpful for you. But if it's helpful, can you let me know by typing in the word helpful into the chat? Personally, I think that is super important wisdom that was given to me that I learned and benefited from. I hope that by sharing all these things with you guys, even if you catch just one thing, and it's helpful to you, I think that'll be worth the time lah. Okay, so a great example of being able to identify true cost and true reward, right, is thinking about how to go to Thailand. Now, let me ask you guys, what is the cheapest way to go to Thailand? Type it into the chat. What is the cheapest way to go to Thailand? Some people say bus. Some people say bicycle. But the answer is, yeah, some of you got it. The answer is walking. All right. So walking is totally free. It doesn't cost you any money. However, is there something else that it costs you? Yes. It will take you 400 hours to walk up, 400 hours to walk down. That's ridiculous. So it costs you a lot of time. Number two, when you walk through the jungles, you can get robbed. It's going to cost you a lot of risk and a lot of danger. Sometimes, even though something can be free of money, something can be free, no need to pay money, it doesn't make sense because you take out a lot of time and you take a lot of danger. You would much rather just take an aeroplane, at most $500, fly up 2 hours, fly back 2 hours. Yeah, got food some more. So that is what I mean by being able to identify true cost and reward lah. You must make decisions that are smart. Okay? One of the things that we talk about or we gave is a warning about FTX. And many students ask me, you know, FTX caused a lot of people to lose money. Many students ask me, hey, should I take it out because there's some fees involved? So it goes back to the, you know, you must assess through risk and through reward. Just pay the $50 to take it out so that your money is not stuck inside or it doesn't go to zero. So a lot of the students actually managed to take it out and they managed to save themselves from FTX. Yeah. So with that, I leave you with this saying, when you're in the world of crypto, don't do it alone. Learn from an experienced mentor. They'll be able to guide you down the best paths in crypto. Third, how to succeed in crypto is to use the tools of a crypto millionaire. So in the past, if you just trade CFD or you buy on main exchanges, it's actually good enough to succeed in crypto. But nowadays, in order for you to make super normal returns, you need to use the tools of the trade. So these are some of the tools. For example, Etherscan, CoinGecko, Uniswap. These are tools that you need to learn how to use to succeed in crypto. And in this space, right, there are some really exciting things. For example, passive income and airdrops. So airdrops are when you use brand new protocols on chain and it qualifies you to earn points. And these points translate into free crypto, right? So for example, in the past, I actually used about $2,300 worth of crypto. I did airdrop farming on something called YFI. By the time I finished, it was 33,000. Yeah. One of my students learned how to do yield farming, airdrop farming from me. She used $12,000 to put into Tokemark liquidity pool. Every week, she'll get token, right? So I told her to always sell. By the end of the farming period, she actually earned about 54,000 in terms of token. And within 5 months, she put in 12K, but she managed to withdraw about 92K. So there's a bit more intricacy towards liquidity pools and farming. I don't have time to go through it today, but for those of you who are interested, you should definitely look into it if you like passive income and airdrop. Other examples of airdrop are things like Optimism. I used their chain and they basically gave me free 17K tokens, which I sold for 28,733. Yeah. So the last public airdrop that I shared, right, was in May and September. And I got Egan 66K as well as Ether fee as well. It's all about 10K. Now, what about market crashes? Okay, so I've been telling you about all these various fun things when prices go up. If there are market crashes, does it mean that I would definitely lose money? So in market crashes, we have different tools for different seasons. One of the tools that we use is actually a tool called the risk reversal trade, right? Using derivatives. So over here, we have a screenshot of Ryan sharing how when the market crashed, if you use the risk reversal trade, you can actually still continue to make money. So he made $1,100 when ETH crashed. Yeah. So same thing, the students learned and he was able to make 60%, although very funny, he said only, but 60% in one day, I think is still very good for a market crash situation. Okay. So this is why I say that the third strategy is you must learn the various tools in crypto, whether it is airdrop farming or whether it's risk reversal trades. There are quite a lot of options for you to explore. The tools of a blacksmith is a hammer and anvil and hot fireplace, but the most important thing is that you need to find the right person to teach you how to use it. Yeah. So these are the 3 strategies to become a crypto millionaire. Number 1, follow the right systems. There's basically 2. One is how to enter and exit, and then the other one is altcoins. 2, develop the right mindset, and 3, use the right tools. So when is the best time to get started in crypto? Well, we always say the best time is 3 years ago, but the next best time is now. Why is now the best time? with that, I want to share one of the stories of my original student. He's one of my first. He actually joined me and learned about crypto back when he's in 2016, and he actually invests $2,000 in Bitcoin and $1,000 in Ethereum. Using the methods and the strategies he learned, he accumulated crypto, and that grew to $4 million by 2018. He took profit, sold 45% of that, and invested into gold, real estate, stocks, and watches. So his name is Bex, and I want to take a look at him. All right, is this guy over here. Okay. So why did I share a story about Bex? It's because look at him. He is a atypical Singaporean male, right? Being NS, he's not a Mensa genius. He doesn't have a high-flying job. He's just like every other guy on the street. Why is he a multimillionaire? And why isn't a lot of people multimillionaires? What did he do that was so smart? Actually, nothing. The only benefit he had, the only reason why he's a multimillionaire and a lot of people are not multimillionaires is that he was just early. He was early about Bitcoin and early about Ethereum. He learned from me in 2016, and just for that basis, he made a lot of profits. Today, in 2017, a lot of students ask me, hey, Bitcoin is already $3,000. Am I too late? And I told him, no, I don't think so. I think you can probably get another 20, 30x lah, maybe 100K Bitcoin. Today, some of you might ask the exact same question. Hey, Bitcoin, 70K, 80K, 90K, 100K. Is it too late? And I wish I can tell you the same answer that I told my students in 2017. I wish I can tell you you can still get 30x, right? 3,000%. Bitcoin is going to become $3 million per Bitcoin. But if I touch my heart, I think I cannot. Because the markets are different now. So we are no longer ultra early to Bitcoin. Now, don't be disappointed. You might think, oh, is it the opportunity is past? You are no longer early to Bitcoin, guys, but you are still early to many other things in crypto, to many other altcoins, many other methods. As long as you have the right strategies and as long as you build your crypto portfolio, you will still be able to outperform and do well compared to 90% of the world out there. How you know that you're still early is because you can ask yourself, does your friends have Bitcoin? And does your friend has Ethereum and altcoins? If they don't, you don't need to be the super earliest, but you just need to be earlier than most other people out there, right? So other than Bitcoin, what are some strategies and how should you construct your crypto portfolio? That's the question that you should ask yourself. Right now, big money is starting to move in. Microsoft, JP Morgan, all these big names are coming in. Even DBS, they are starting to do metaverse and crypto. EU Parliament has approved of licensing. Bitcoin spot ETF has launched, right? And now that Bitcoin ETF has launched, the amount of volume that is flowing through these ETFs is immense, 750 million in just one day. Then in 2024, Ethereum ETF came as well. So if 750 million can go into Bitcoin, this shows the potential of how much flows can enter into Ethereum also. Is it too late to get started? Well, let me give you a bit of comparison. If you take Bitcoin and crypto and you put it into a box, this is the size of the market. This is the size of one single US company. This is the size of the US balance sheet, one country. This is the size of entire market supply. This is the supply of debt. Even if you take just 10% of money supply and go into Bitcoin or crypto, you can see that just 10% of money supply can push up the entire crypto market by 10x. So is it still early? Yeah, I think so. I think we are still quite early compared to the rest of the world. However, in a matter of time, you will not be early anymore. So maybe, I don't know, like, can count yourself lucky that at least you are maybe 1, 2, 3 years ahead compared to the next guy, or when Bitcoin and crypto becomes fully mainstream. Yeah. So one of the things that I like to think about is demographics, right? And as Gen X is going down, you realize that millennials are becoming the richest generation because they're taking over all the high-paying jobs and they're getting their inheritance. Gen X people love to buy property, love to buy gold. You think about it, your parents, right, or my parents, where did they make the most money? In property, in gold, etc. But millennials, guys in their 30s, who are becoming the wealthiest demographic, what do they like? Actually, they like technology. Actually, they really like things like digital assets. My friends don't have Singtel or Starhub stocks, but a lot of them, they want to buy Bitcoin, they want to buy Ethereum, they want to buy Solana and NFTs. So as this particular generation becomes wealthy and controls more and more of the wealth, it also means that more and more of this wealth is going to start invested into cryptocurrency assets. So I'm pretty excited to see what's to come. Donald Trump have won the presidency, the popular award. Republicans have gotten the House and Senate. I think that there's still opportunity for life-changing gains, especially when things like tariffs, right? Donald Trump did things like tariffs, create market uncertainty. Rather than buy at the top price, many of you have opportunities to buy when markets drop. So you can re-enter and wait for things to recover as markets stabilize. So you can see that Donald Trump, one moment tariff, next moment don't have. But I think in time, right, things will begin to become very, very clear. So what you want to do is you want to take advantage of the volatility and uncertainty when it presents itself. Then you can be able to go in and make really, really good investment decisions. Does it make sense? Right? When you guys want to buy, do you want to buy when markets are high or do you want to buy when markets are low? Can you type it into the chat? Let me just stop my share for a while. Yeah. Do you want to buy when markets are high or do you want to buy when markets are low? Which is it? Yeah, Lawrence, very good. Yeah, when markets are low. So I think with uncertainty in the market, but yet I think with clarity in time, and also with how the demographic is shifting to millennials and how digital assets is slowly gaining mainstream, I kind of get quite excited when I think about my cryptocurrency investments. So I hope that you guys are as well. How many of you here, you guys feel that you learned something useful today? Can you type in me? All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed my sharing. I hope that what I shared with you guys makes sense. And if you find today useful, let me know by typing the word me into the chat. Yeah. So I'm coming to a very crucial part in the presentation. And actually quite a lot of you guys have actually messaged me and say, hey, like Chris, what you have shared is good. Like, is there more? I'm keen to find out more. And in Cryptoknight Academy, we actually run a 2.5-day bootcamp where we're able to spend one weekend with you guys to teach you guys more in depth about things like the strategies, entering and exiting, and how to use, for example, DDCA, our DDCA AI algorithm. And I wanted to ask, how many of you here you are keen to know more about the bootcamp, or you are keen to join the bootcamp? Can you let me know by typing the word keen, K-E-E-N, into the chat? Hey, Ken, thanks. Wow. I feel so encouraged when I see someone type that. And I feel very encouraged by all your me's, yeah, Joe, Raymond, Jason. Do this so many years already, but when people say me, they learn something, I still feel quite good about it. Yeah, so we those of you who are keen to join the bootcamp or keen to learn more about the bootcamp, can you let me know by typing the word keen into the chat? And if there are some of you guys who are keen, I will be happy to share about it. Yeah. All right. So I see you. So those of you who want to take it further, with me and with Cryptoknight Academy, y'all can stay behind and let me share with you about our bootcamp. All right. So we have been serving students. Cryptoknight have been serving students since 2017. We have taught over 40,000 students about cryptocurrency. 800 over have been accepted into our Will Mentorship Program. And our goal is to make crypto investing simple, practical, and profitable. So we have actually designed Crypto Profit Secrets. All right. So this is an entire program. This is a live bootcamp, but it's done via Zoom. So you can see over here. This is a live webinar bootcamp that's done via Zoom. And it's going to be 2.5 days of explosive insights and actionable knowledge. So timings are going to be Friday, 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So it's a full weekend ahead. So this is valued at 2140. Let me go into the details. On day one, Friday night, we're going to be sharing about 2 key mindsets that successful crypto investors adopt and 3 ways to buy your first Bitcoin on a centralized exchange. On day 2, Saturday, you will learn how to employ the tried and tested Cryptoknight dynamic DCA portfolio strategy. You'll also be able to learn and discover 4 key strategies to make huge profits, including the money changer passive income strategy. And we will also go through, for this particular passive income strategy, a step-by-step live demo where you're going to be able to learn how to set it up with less than $100. Day 3, you will learn how to use the VC Unicorn Strategy's 3 key criteria, and this would help you select the best altcoins for the potential 10x to 100x return. On top of that, you'll learn about 3 powerful analytical tools to identify the best tokens to invest in and the best passive income tools. On top of the bootcamp, we'll be giving you bonus number 1, which is a Crypto Foundation online course. In it, this is a video recorded course that you can access 24 hours, 7 days a week. It has 10 key modules, 30 recorded videos. There are exclusive partner bonuses insights with discussion sections, and you have access to the course with all updates. This is valued at $997. Here is what the foundation course looks like. You include things like how to buy first Bitcoin, find your winning altcoin, NFT investments, and various bonus videos. So remember the strategy that I talked about earlier, how to enter and exit. Then you'll learn about it over here. How to select and shortlist your altcoins, you'll learn about it over here. How to take profits and etc. You'll be able to learn it over here, right? The profit taking strategy. So this is what the video looks like. Once you go in, you're able to just see the recording. On the top right, there are discussion sections that you can ask. And then the instructors are able to reply your questions as well. Now, for those of you who signed today, all right, as you know, I have done this for quite a number of years. I actually find that people who are fast and decisive action takers, they have the highest rate of success in crypto investing. So we want to really encourage people to take action and to not just wait until Bitcoin goes up another 20%. So for those of you guys who take action today, we have something called the Fast Action Bonus. And this is a 3-year subscription to our Cryptoknight Dynamic DCA tool. So this portfolio building tool, right, will help you invest in the market at the right time with our proprietary algo. There'll be a notification that is sent to your phone, so you don't have to glue yourself to the market. So this is what it looks like exactly. They will send out notification. Yeah, so this is valued at $1,397. Earlier, I shared with you guys, right, that using the dynamic DCA method, you're able to enhance your return higher than what the traditional DCA method looks like. So over here, you can see these green arrows. These are actually times where the signal is being sent out by the bot, by the algo. So you can see that it always coincides with good market bottoms or good market low range. Okay. So more examples. In April, early April, there were 3 signals that were sent out. Ethereum 1475 and 1395, the algorithm say buy. Bitcoin 78,516, the algorithm say buy. So within a very short period, right, actually in less than a month, still in April, Bitcoin actually went from 78,000 to 93,000. So this is a gain of 19% in less than a month. Ethereum went from 1395 to 1805 in less than a month. It means that it has gained 29% in less than 1 month. So this algorithm is actually really powerful. Those of you who take action quickly and sign up today, you all will have a 3-year access to it as well. So the full cryptocurrency, the full crypto profit secrets package is valued at 4,534. And right now, what we would actually like to do, there is about 100 of you guys who have sat through the whole presentation. So I think that tells me you are quite keen to learn about crypto lah. So if you are serious about learning crypto, can you type in yes into the chat? And for those of you who type yes, those of you who are still around, I actually would like to offer you a special price today, right? If you join. So today's price, instead of 4,534, it is going to be $997. Now, this includes the bootcamp, the foundation course, as well as 3 years access to the DDCA tool. On top of this special price of $997, what we will have is a limited time bonus for today. So for the first 10 of you guys who join, or the first 15, I can't remember what my tech guy said, the price will actually reduce from 997 to 497. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to show you how to join. Over here, if you see on your right corner, if you're using your laptop, you'll be able to see something called offer. Okay, so I'm going to click publish, and you should be able to see a red dot appear over here. So if you click on the red dot, you will be able to see this green bar that says, I want to join the whales. Click on it, and you will be able to see this chat. Now, I'm going to post this as well into the chat group. Okay, so if you click here, you are able to also click on the link to bring you to this page. Fill in your name, first name, last name, email, etc. And you're able to select the bootcamp dates available. It's usually the last weekend of the month, but you can just click on it and choose the dates that suit for you. Now, here you have 2 options, all right? First 10 of you guys will be able to select the 497 option. Once this option is used up, the coupon or the number of 497 is used up, you will be able to join using the 997. So for those of you who are decisive, you have decided that you want to start your crypto journey and learn about crypto investing, I suggest you take advantage of the first 10 497 offer. After this, you can fill in your card details, and then you can click to complete your enrollment. Okay, so I'll show you one more time how to do it. You can either go to offer, click on I want to join the whales, fill in your details, select 497 if it's there. Please don't select 997. Okay, select 497 if it's available. Then you can continue to fill in your credit card details and then sign up. All right. So for those of you who sign up, I look forward to having an exciting weekend with you guys to teach you about cryptocurrency investing. Okay. So if you sign up already, right, before you go, what I'm going to do is I want to try to call out your name as well as your email so that you know that you have signed up successfully. Now, if I don't call out your name or I don't call out your email, right, don't worry. Okay. You will be able, or once you sign up successfully, you will also receive an email from us indicating that you have already signed up successfully. Okay, so let me continue to share my screen. All right. As a reminder, those of you who want to join, the bootcamp is going to be Friday, 7:30 to 9:30 p.m., Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 4 a.m. Okay, what you are going to be getting is the Crypto Profit Secrets Bootcamp, Crypto Foundation, as well as the exclusive DDCA tool. So today's price for you is $997. For the first step, you guys, you all will be able to get it at $500 off, which is $497. So to sign up, click over here, the green tab that says I want to join the whales, or go over to chat. You can click here, and then you're able to fill in your details. As for the dates, you are able to see under bootcamp selection. Click on choose your preferred spot, and you'll be able to see the dates of the upcoming bootcamp. So this month's bootcamp, right, we're actually going to be closing it already lah. So I think by today, or I think it's actually already closed, this month's bootcamp. So you might have to go for the next one. But if that one gets full, right, you will then be pushed to the next one lah. So we try to keep it not too big. So if you really want to join us ASAP, I think you should try to sign up and then choose the most recent or the most current bootcamp that is available. Okay, so before you go, I see that quite a lot of you guys have signed up already. Faster select the earliest bootcamp if you want to go for that. But I want to just quickly call out your emails so that you know that you have signed up successfully. So I got Chu HC, Chia 11. I'll just say out the parts of email lah. When you hear it, you roughly will know. Sing Kwan, I got it as well. CTYNG, I got it as well. Vinny, I got. Oh no, Vinny is not. Vinny, you might have to try again. It says that it's not successful. LTLOY, Most Stan, Khadija Sabah, Shahab. Sorry for butchering your name, but yeah, your sign up is in. I look forward to having you. I hope I pronounced it correctly. Clara TSW, Eric Ang, Social, Tevini. Yeah, I got you. So you did successfully sign up. CK So, Joe Ong, Stephen Koo, Rap WY, Johan, Moonkit, Cindy. Hey, I recognize the name. Yeah, so welcome guys. Welcome all you students. I'm going to stay around for a little while more. If you have any questions, can you all type it in the chat? Let me drink a bit of water first, okay, while I read some of your questions. Yeah. So MP asks, do we teach airdrop farming? We won't teach the full airdrop farming, but we'll introduce it a little bit more in detail, and we'll probably show you what are some of the current protocols that have airdrop farming. But because airdrop farming is dynamic, it changes from one protocol to the next. So what we can only do is we can only show you what is the airdrop farming that we're doing right now, which is the protocol that we're looking at. And any details, you might need to do your own research from there. But hopefully, by pointing you in the protocol direction, it will give you a good enough start. Yeah. Ken, yeah, the 3-day program. Okay, let me quickly show you guys. Okay, the 3-day program looks like this. Okay, day 1, 2 key mindsets, successful crypto investors, 3 ways to buy your first Bitcoin. Day 2 will show you how to use the DDCA portfolio strategy tool. 4 key strategies, including the money changer strategy. This is the passive income one. And we'll show you a step-by-step demo on how to do the money changer strategy. Day 3, how to use the VC unicorn strategy and 3 powerful analytical AI tool. You will also be able to get the bonus access to Crypto Foundation's online course. This helps you in your foundation and get started. So if you can, try to watch this before the bootcamp, and then you would also have a 3-year subscription to the cryptoknight DDCA tool, which is essentially an algo that will push a message to your phone via Telegram chat to tell you these are good periods to basically buy the dip. Okay? Can? Yeah. So continue the questions. Lawrence, I was in your CPS student a few years back. Will I still get to keep the previous version? Yeah, Lawrence. Actually, if you are already joined our CPS, right, Lawrence, you just email us. You will be able to just pay an admin fee and sit through the bootcamp again. No need to pay the full amount. Okay, Lawrence. Let me think. What's the email? info@cryptoknight.academy. Okay, so you can just sign up for that. Desmond, what tools we should prepare? I mean, if you can watch the foundation videos, then that should give you all the information you need. Yeah, if you can open up the exchanges, those will be a good start. Clara, what happens if you still don't understand after 2.5 days? Hopefully that will happen. That won't happen, I mean. We cannot guarantee whether you understand or not because you never know what the student's competency is. But we try to make it as simple as we can. So I don't have an answer to that. Hopefully you'll be able to watch the recordings, you'll be able to watch the foundation videos, and hopefully that gives you a good enough start. I think the question you want to ask yourself is it still, there is a risk that you may not know fully what happens after that. Likelihood is you'll still feel a little bit uncertain as with all new students. But the opposite can also happen in that you can actually be able to get up to speed after 2.5 days as well. So yeah, you just have to make that choice. Okay, Clara? Grace, I input my credit card details completed, but I did not read out the name. Does it mean that it's accepted? I'm not sure. I can do a quick refresh, but if you don't hear your name, is totally fine as well. It's totally fine. You will be able to you will receive an email from us if you are successful. So if you did not receive the email, it probably means that you are not successful. Okay. If you're not sure, drop us an email at info@cryptoknight.academy to check whether or not it is in. Okay, so if I don't call your name, don't worry. Sometimes there's a lot of names. If you're not sure, you check your email. You should have received an email. If you did not receive an email, right, then you can, and you're sure that your payment has gone through, you can actually write into info@cryptoknight.academy to check. Okay, so before I go on to the questions, let me quickly call out some names. Grace, Grace Tam, in. Jess Sego, M Tang, S Ruter, Alan Chin, Victoria, Dereem, Gomuniku, Frankie didn't go through, you can try again. King Tree, Eworm. Oh, okay, Frankie, you got through. Yeah, your second one got through. Frankie Fu 200. CSK91, okay, you're in as well. So, okay, yeah, I think most of you are in. I think with that, I'm gonna end this class in about 5 minutes. I realized that it's going to be 10 o'clock already and I'll put my kids to sleep. But I want to try to answer a couple of questions more first to see whether or not, it is helpful. So let me see. Kingsley, great. Yeah, you got an email. Can you join the April batch MT? I think it's full, but you can probably try emailing. No, I think it's full. I think you join for the May. Yeah, because if the option is not on the website, it's probably full. Yeah. Recommendations for the platforms, it will be included in the foundation course. Don't worry. Yeah, you'll be able to see that as well. Yeah. Okay. I think I need to end the class already. Yeah. So my platform is prompting me. It says that it's going to be 2 hours already. So before I let you guys go, I just want to say thank you very much for joining me for the masterclass today. Whether you join me for bootcamp or not, I appreciate you being here and spending time, and I hope you learned something. For the many of you guys who have joined the class, I look forward to spending more time with you during the bootcamp. Ethan and Ryan is going to be there as well. I think you guys are going to have lots of fun learning, and it's going to be quite an eye-opener for you. Yeah. So with that, thank you very much. Thank you, Shah. Thank you, Lawrence. Thank you for our attendees. I wish you guys a great evening ahead. And for those of you who are coming for the boot camps, I'll see you guys in the upcoming boot camps. Okay. Take care and goodbye. Cheers.